Right about to play with you, man. I got the record going. All right, so I think that again, one of the things that's important is that we talk to our psyche the right way, because a lot of things people don't have in their business or never get in their business is because they never really believe that they could. And so some people, they just kind of go through the motion, but the passion, the enthusiasm is not behind them because they really don't believe that this can happen for them. I was that guy. For a long time, I talked about, yeah, I'm gonna make $100,000 a year when I was in primary the first time. I never really believed it. I talked about it because that's what you're supposed to say, that I'm gonna get my ring. But I really never really believed it where I can see it, I can feel it on my fingers. You know, I always talk about I'm gonna build a big house and all these wonderful things and have this kind of car, but inwardly, nothing really gravitated to me where I believed that that was gonna be my reality. And so when I didn't, my efforts reflected that I really didn't believe, or the way I was building my business, or the way I was taking my business, I didn't really believe that that was going to happen for me. So I think with everything that we teach and everything we say, that you got to go back and check your belief level. And then you got to ask yourself, do I really believe that really believe that I can have that for myself? Because if I don't really believe it, that's really the end of it. You got to see it and conceive it in your mind before it ever comes into your reality, right? I think Dennis or Mike or somebody was talking up there about having a vision board. And most of us don't have a vision board. We haven't put down in our vision because your mind registers things that it sees in picture. So you got to make sure that you haven't paused your dreams. And the way you make sure you haven't paused your dream is that if you keep that vision right in front of you, keep it right in front of you. The type of car you want, you should have a visual picture of that in front of you on your screensavers, on your for your phone and your computers and all that. You should be able to see it just every day. Just remind you, and don't allow it to become like your furniture. Like this couch behind me is here every day. I'm kind of like, all right, that's the couch. It doesn't mean anything to me. But something that you want, something that's in your vision, man, you got to allow and keep your spirit open to leap every time you see it. Your spirit has to leap. You have to get it like child type enthusiasm every time you see it, and not let it become stale because you haven't brought it into your reality. Like there's a bunch of kids right now anticipating Christmas. We was driving to St. Louis, not St. Louis, we was in St. Louis. We was driving around and we asked the kids, oh, what do they want for Christmas? And we went on Amazon and we letting them type it in, and they typed in what they want for Christmas. And everybody put their order in. So now they got an anticipation. I get a call from one of my kids every day. Did the gifts come yet? Did the gift come yet? Did the gift come yet? Because they in anticipation of excitement, a vision of what they want. And and nothing inside them says that don't believe they're going to get it. Everything is telling them, hey, we're going to get it. They drawing this thing in. Everything inside them believe they're going to get it, and they know they're going to get it. The question is, where are you at in your belief? Where are you at with what you feel like you want, what you feel like you desire, what you feel like that you rightfully supposed to have? Where are you at with that? When the last time you actually saw yourself behind the wheel of your dream car, or did you let that die? So this is what happens with the psyche of people. Like you used to want a drop top, 2-door, this or that, black leather seats and all that, and you saw yourself in it, but you haven't revisited that thought process in a long time because you allow where you at to keep you from dreaming about where you're going. So you're not attracting it to you. You're not attracting it to you. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about what it looked like right now. You got to keep the law of attraction in application for your life. You got to bring those things up. Like you got to go by the dealership. That's what we used to do. We used to go by the dealerships and look at different cars that we wanted, riding around and looking at houses that we wanted. So we don't let the dream die. So you got to. Sometimes when it comes to your business, you got to check your pulse and say, hey, do I still have a pulse on that? Is my heart still beating towards my long-term desires? Right? I always talked about wanting to be in a position to put my kids in private school. Now, all of our kids are in private school. We got 5 of them. They all in private school. But that was something that I've always wanted. But at a minute, I had stopped thinking about it. COVID actually forced us into reality of doing it. When COVID came in, like your kids can't go to school, you got to bring them at home. I'm like, that ain't going to work. These kids at home, school, computer, me being a supervisor, that just wasn't going to go right. Right? But you gotta see these things before you do it. Get your vision board and put everything that your heart desires, short-term, long-term, on the board. And in the morning when you wake up, see, when I wanted my Bentley, every night when I laid down in my bed, on my ceiling, I had a picture posted of a Bentley. Every night when I went to sleep, as soon as I laid my head down on my pillow, the picture of the Bentley was above my head on my ceiling. I was forced to have to see it until I got it. Every night I went to sleep, the picture of the Bentley was over my head. And that excited me. Man, in my dream car, I went to sleep thinking about it. I was attracting it all into me, and it became my reality. I had a vision board of a big house, vision board of being a senior national sales director, vision board of having 100 RVPs. I think we had our housekeeper clean up the house and might throw away my vision board. I got to go reconstruct it because I got to make sure I don't lose sight. Here's the challenge, guys. Oftentimes in our life, we got a lot of crap going on. And when crap started coming up, you start kind of getting off track on your ambitions because you got to deal with what just happened with the kids at the school. You got to deal with what happened with you and the spouse. You got to deal with what happened on your job. All of this stuff is attacking you. And man, all of it is coming after your dreams. It's coming after your reality. It just want to take a piece of you away. And before you know it, you ain't even thinking about what you desire no more. You just found yourself again going through the motions of life. And nothing is pricking at you to stay focused long enough to have what you came here for. But if you keep that vision in front of you guys, you're allowing that not to happen. And we got to take that time to go to dreamland, to la la land. I always talk about when we was kids. We used to play this game. That's my car. Anybody ever play that like you're in the backseat of your daddy car with your mama and your mom, your daddy, and you and your brother in the backseat? Like, that's my house. That's my car. We trying to race and say it before our brothers say it. You know why? Because we really felt like that wanted to be my car. That's me and my brother got in a fist fight. My daddy had to whoop our little ass because we got in a fight because I said that the Lamborghini was mine, and he tried to say he said it first, and I that's wanted the Lamborghini. And me and my brother goes into an all-out fight in the backseat of my daddy's car. He whooped our little ass. Some of y'all fighting over something that don't even belong to y'all. He didn't understand dreaming. He didn't understand that. He should have got excited about that. But see, ain't nobody teaching us how to think like this. He whooped our ass because we fighting about what we desire. And you got to be careful that life don't whoop your ass and you stop fighting for your desires. Because that's what happened. After so much things don't come into reality, life just kicked our ass and we just like, man, I'm just going to take the hand that's dealt to me. That's a scary position to be in, that you decide you're just going to take the cards that's dealt to you and try to play that hand. No, deal them over. Reshuffle them damn cards. I ain't going to play the hand that's dealt to me. I brought in projects, poverty, cheese bread for dinner. That's how I reshuffle the deck. This hand ain't got no two jokers in it. Redo this one. We need a new deck of cards. And for your life, you got to make sure that you're always in a position that you don't I'm just going to take the hand, I'm shuffle the damn deck over. Get a new set of cards. Something ain't right about this. This ain't how it's supposed to be for me. And I think that people don't understand instinctively who you were created to be. And so when you don't understand instinctively who you were created to be, head not the tail, above and not beneath, lender not the borrower, you accept mediocrity. And that's a scary place to be in, mediocrity. I'm going to make enough money to pay my bills. That's what the American dream has become. That people just want to make enough money to pay their damn bills. You can't let that creep into your psyche and your hopes and your aspirations, your dreams. You find yourself chasing, man, damn, I hope I can just make this rent today. I hope I can just make this rent today. Oh, the landlord, you let that, listen, you got to take care of that rent, but that can't be what you attracted, because next month you're going to be in the same position because you ain't thinking beyond paying your rent no more. See, you got to train your thought process. You got to get beyond things. If your whole anticipation, I got to be able to pay this rent. I just got to be, no, oh man, I'm going to be in a position. Now I got to, because you attract not having to. When you think about, I got to do it, your mind, your psyche, what you put down in the atmosphere is that you're not going to be able to. When you say, the anticipation is drawn and not happen, because you really think when you say, I got to get this, you think about, I might not have it. And it's that part, and that spirit is attracting and attaching itself to you. You got to go beyond the pain. You got to be able to think beyond the pain. So I don't want to just be able to pay my rent. I ain't got to be able to pay my rent. Man, God, I thank you that I'm gonna be renting out buildings to people. You got to go beyond your pain point because it's just coming to steal your dream. You are caught up in thinking about your damn electric bill all day. It's in your mind. Got to pay my electric. Oh man, I ain't gonna be able to get my kids. Oh man, you can't think about what you have. You got to keep your mind on what you want, because that's when it starts attracting you, and that's when your mind gets creative. You know, a lot of people are stuck right now in the world. A lot of people are stuck in the world. They don't know what the hell to do. COVID and got them laid off or cut their hours down. All I was telling you guys the other day about Kiana's friend. She was a waitress and her husband do something else that COVID impacted all of it. She only getting 2 days to work. And when she do work, they can only sell her food outside, so the crowd is low. So she's a waitress. Waitresses make $1 or $2 an hour. They depend on tips. And if ain't nobody sitting at no tables, ain't no tips coming in. And she talked about how she's in a financial struggle and things are tough for her. This is what she was talking about. She said this on Facebook. But see, when you just consumed by what you have in front of you, that's all you think about. And you are dying slowly. I said, it's something inside of her that she can be doing, but she just consumed with her problems, not addressing the problem solver. You can't make the problem bigger than the problem solver. Right? He created you, he gave you a gift, he gave you a talent, and most don't tap into that. In these times, right? These times are made to make sure your mind get creative. To make sure, really, I think God allowed tough times so because you ain't paying no attention to your gift. When you just making it, you ain't got to think. When ain't no pressure on you, ain't got to think. It's some gifts on the inside of you that pressure allows to come out. We on the Zoom today with 112 people. Because of COVID, because of the pressure, because of how we're going to do business. God said, I put some technology out there that'll make you double your income. We doubled our income in 3 months because of COVID. If we did damn near triple it. But we wouldn't be thinking about how to gather people from all over the world. So now we're doing business in, I don't know, 40 states. We got agents in 40 different states now because of the COVID, because God allowed us this Zoom technology. I remember Matt and Dormont was like, what we gonna do? They still want to go to kitchen tables. Just get yourself together. We do Zoom now. And look what happened to all of our business. Matt went from 100,000 to 300,000. Dormont went from 100,000 to 600,000. Because God allowed us to think and to activate potentials that we never would have explored, but that was birthed through the adversity. It was birthed through the adversity. How are you thinking when it comes to the adversities in your life? Are you getting creative, or are you sinking in your seat, dying? Most are sinking in their seat. I said, that girl, she get creative. She ain't waiting on table, but damn, can she clean somebody's house maybe? Can she maybe say, hey guys, I just opened up my cleaning services. Clean the hell out of her house, put a video on Facebook, because you can't sit down. You got babies, you got bills. You can't sit down. You got to get creative. Right? Maybe she know how to bake cookies. I don't know. But instead of thinking about what she don't have and thinking about the state of the world and the coronavirus, listen, this is the new normal. Okay, snap out of it. If you don't make no adjustments right now, you still talking about coronavirus, you are tripping. Just snap out of this. Is the new normal. You got to figure it out. You got to allow the adversity to cause you to be adventurous. What are you good at? What are you great at? What can you bring to the table that's unique? See, when we were struggling in our private record business, I was telling them on our meeting the other day, we were making number $300-something a month, and we got a $3,000 mortgage. We're making $300, we got a $3,000 mortgage. We could have sat there and be like, damn, man, we about to get evicted from our house. We could have went at that mindset. Damn it, they ain't gonna pay us. Hell no, we start selling hamburgers and hot dogs. Sprinkle a little bit of that seasoning on there, special burger sauce. Let's wash some cars. We did whatever. We allowed that adversity to bring out other avenues and streams of income that we never would have considered. Let me say it again. We have a beauty and barber salon where hundreds of people are coming through a week. We can't make no more money after we rented out the booths. We had 24 booths. Once we fill up those 24 booths, where's any other money going to come from? Ain't no more space. We can't put another booth nowhere. And we never would have thought, had we not had the adversity in Primerica, about, damn, let's watch the people cars while they wait on their haircut. Hey, let's fry some hamburgers while they waiting on their haircut. Let's cook some pizzas and while they're waiting on a haircut. Now we got streams of income coming from hundreds of people from a whole nother source. And the adversity is what caused it to come. You can let your adversities crush and kill you, or you can let your adversities build you. You get to choose though. Your adversity can kill you or build you. You get to choose. And we have to get to the mindset where your adversities build you, not kill you. See, when my business was slow in Primerica, I had to make certain things happen. See, everything begins and ends with recruiting. Everything begins and ends with recruiting. My business was slow. Listen, I couldn't be the same person. I ain't gonna get no different results being the same person. Let me say it again. You'll never get the same, any different results being the same person. You do the same things, you get the same results. That's the way this deal works. And my business was slow and I wasn't making no money. Nothing was happening for me. Some of y'all heard the story before, but I went down to the Delmore Loop in U City. And I went to the Breadco. And I made up my mind I wasn't leaving the Breadco until I got me 100 names and numbers that I was going to sit down and call. I got 100 names and numbers that I was going to sit down and call. And I sat out there and I got me 97 names, 97 names and numbers. And I called all 97 other people. And I started recruiting people, and I started selling policies, and I had so many people coming in that I had to have people in Georgia's base shop to write them up and all that kind of stuff because there wasn't enough for me to go around. But see, I became a different person in my adversity. I didn't sit back and be the same. I charged. What do you mean? I was in chargebacks and every damn thing. Hell, I knew I wouldn't even forget a check. I had to create massive activity. Hell with that. No, I wasn't saying hell with it either. I used another word, start with an F. That's what I said. And I went out and got me 97 names and numbers and called them and set appointments because I wasn't going out like that. No, like Cut used to say he'd been working on his cussing and stuff. Y'all give it up for Cut. He'd been working on his cussing and all that. But he said, you can't be no punk ass. You got to make sure you're not that in your life and in your business. You got to shrink. But the biggest part of it is, what are you seeing? What are you seeing? What's in front of you? I'm going to challenge all you guys. I don't know, maybe we do it together as a collective group on Zoom. You know, make next Saturday, go get some stuff, go get you some magazines and stuff. We do a vision board together. Because we got to keep our vision in front of us. And I'm going to challenge you to go get some damn nails and hammers and hammer it up in your ceiling. So every time you lay down at night, you have to look at it. And I don't want you to just see it like it's a part of the furniture. I want you to start envisioning. I want you to, after you look at it, I want you to close your eyes and see yourself driving it. I want you to close your eyes and see yourself walking in it. For the longest, we bank with Vantage Credit Union, one of our bank accounts. And I went to Walgreens and I went to the ATM. Y'all know how some people leave their receipt in the ATM? And I went to the ATM and somebody left their receipt in the BG and the receipt showed they balance was $75,000. And I said, I'll be damned. And I got that receipt. And I put that receipt on my mirror because I know I got to stop by the mirror because I'm working on waves right here with a ball spot at. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm working on waves. So as I'm brushing my waves or soon to be waves or no waves, whatever it is, I knew I had to look at that 75,000. And all I did was I looked at it, I said, that's my account. That's my account. That's my account. And it stayed there every morning until we actually had 75,000. That's why I didn't take it down until then. That was 2-3 years later, I took it down then. But I said, when I seen this, I said, God, you was trying to speak. He was reminding me. And don't miss the subtle reminders. God always sends you a reminder. He always reminds you of what he wants you to have, what he wants you to be, and where he wants you to go in your life. He always sends that reminder. They talk about how he sends warning before destruction. He always sends hints too about what your future's supposed to be. This is how good he is. The people didn't accidentally leave their receipt in that damn ATM machine with the same bank that I bank with. That wasn't no accident. But see, if I ain't aware and I ain't conscious of where I'm supposed to be going, I would look at that as an accident. No, it wasn't an accident. God was reminding me. I know the thoughts I have for you to bring you to an expected end. Your life's supposed to look like this. That you get 75,000 sitting in your checking account off your ATM card, your damn swipe at Walgreens. This is what your life's supposed to be. And I was probably $75 in the hole when I pulled it out. I probably was $75 in the hole. Our life at that point was we had to get the dollars out of our vending machine from the chips that we were selling in our vending machine, and we had to use that money to go buy food and groceries. So he was reminding me It ain't where you're at, it's where you're going. But I had to put that in my sight. I had to see that. To every day I felt the pain. You got to do things to cause yourself not to quit. You got to do things to cause yourself not to give up. You got to do things to cause you to have everything he promised you. I needed that for my life. I needed to see 75,000 Advantage Credit Union and allow my spirit to have the feeling that that was my $75,000. I had to allow that to be the situation. And once I started allowing it to be the situation, man, it started coming into my reality. You have to be consciously thinking about what you're always thinking about. The Bible says, so a man thinketh, so is he. What you think about, you bring about. And sometimes we're just not conscious of what we're thinking about. Sometimes we're thinking about a bunch of foolery. Not productive, not conducive to what he promised you in your life. Your mind ain't thinking, I'm trying to think about something creative to take me to the next level. That's what I want 99% of my brain space occupied with. That's why I can't sleep at night. I ain't up worrying. I'm up thinking about how to get to the next level. And when you allow your brain to get to that point where you ain't worrying, you thinking about how you gonna get to the next level. When you get your brain thinking like that, the magic is going to start happening for your life. The question is, when are you going to start challenging yourself? When are you going to be conscious of thinking about what you said about? You be caught up for a whole hour thinking about some shit you can't change. And it dominated your thought process. And ain't nothing you can even do about this, but you took an hour or two worrying and thinking about something you got no ability to change. There's a saying, I don't know what y'all heard that know it. It says God's serenity prayer. Anybody know it? Anybody know it? Like I be messing it up. Anybody know the serenity prayer? Anybody got that written on their, who know that?
I know it. It's God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
Hold on now, baby. Hold on. Manika Dooley.
Yes.
That prayer is too damn powerful for you to be rubbling it through like that. Now I need you to slow that down. I need you to slow that down, and I want you to act like a preacher. God! To say like the yeah, come on now.
All right. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Say it one more time.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. That's some things you have no control over, some things you have no power over. And that's the things that happened already. You have no power and no control to change anything that's already happened to you or for you. You have no power to change that. So you have to accept this happened. I got no power to change this. I got no control over this. This already happened in my life, but I'm not going to allow what happened to me to hold me hostage. And that's the challenge that most people have. Things that happen to you, you allow to hold you hostage. You can't change nothing about what's happened in your life. That's why they put an ED at the end of it, because it's the end of it. It already happened. So God grant me the serenity to accept the things that happen that I cannot change. Let me accept I can't do nothing about that. Your past is your past. Leave it there. This has already happened to me. I've already failed at this. I've already experienced that happened, but I'm not going to let it block my future. I'm not going to let it dominate my thought process that I can't even move forward because I keep looking backwards. Allow me the ability to accept the things I can't change. I accept that happened. I take that L, okay? That's where it goes, and we leave it right there. Not letting it stay in your thought process. What's the second one? Accept the things I cannot change. Then what, Miss Manika? Get some bass in your voice.
You get on my nerves this morning right now already. All right, it's the courage to change the things I can.
Then it said the courage. Don't let me be scary, God. Scary people got skinny kids. Let me accept what already happened, but give me the courage for as I move forward. Give me the courage, give me the strength to go. If there's some things I can do about some situations, I can do something about everything that's about to happen. I got power and control over. So God, don't let me stay discouraged from what's happened. Give me the encouragement, the power, the ability to change the things I can. There's some things I can do about what's in front of me right now. Give me the courage, God. I'm scared. I don't understand. I don't know how. Give me the courage. There's some things that I can do something about right now. Give me the courage. Maybe I'm scared to talk to people. Maybe I want to approach a person else, they look sharp. I think they'll be good in my business. And I'm scared to say something. God, give me the courage to change the things I can't change. I don't got to stay in this state. I ain't got to stay in this state, but God, give me some strength. Give me some courage. I don't want to stay in this predicament. Give me some courage because that's what I lack right now. You gave me everything I need in my life to win, but I'm scared. Give me the courage to change what I can't change. I need the courage, God. I know what to do, but I'm scared as hell to do it. I know what I need to do. You put it in my spirit what I need to do, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Give me courage, God. That has to be a prayer on your tongue. God, give me courage. So I met Dennis Love. I seen him at the gas station. He came out that nice car with that nice, I was scared as hell. Give me the courage. I can change some things about my future, God, but I need courage. You got to ask for that. You got to pray for that. Right? Accept your past, the things you can't change. Give me courage to change the things that I can. And give me that last one, Monica.
And it's the wisdom to know the difference.
And don't let me get confused with the two. Give me the wisdom to know the difference between the two. Don't let me sit back and not change things I got the power to change because I thought it's something I'm supposed to just accept. Don't let me confuse this. Some things I'm supposed to accept. God, some things I'm supposed to change. And I need the courage to change it. Some things I have to accept. Some things I have to change. God, don't let me be confused. Don't let me be changing things that I'm supposed to accept. And let me accept things I'm supposed to change. Let me say it again. God, don't let me be confused. Give me the wisdom to change the things I'm supposed to change and accept the things I'm supposed to accept. But don't let me be confused and get it twisted on which is which. Please don't have me accepting things that I'm supposed to change. And please don't have me change the things I'm supposed to accept. I need to know. Some of you thinking you shouldn't be here right now. Give me the wisdom, God, to change what I'm supposed to change and accept what I'm supposed to accept, but don't get me confused. He's not the author of confusion. The devil is the author of confusion. God is not the author of confusion. When you confuse, the devil talking to you. God is very clear. He have instructions in his word. B-I-B-L-E, basic instructions before you leave this earth. B-I-B-L-E, basic instructions before you leave the earth. And you got to go figure out and dig in there on what his plans is. So you can accept the things that you can't change. Have the courage to change the things that you're supposed to change, but the wisdom to know the difference between the two. Don't change what you're supposed to accept and don't accept what you're supposed to change. In your life, in your business, in your spirituality, don't accept the things you're supposed to change and don't change the things you're supposed to accept. You got to have some courage, but you also got to have some wisdom. And the wisdom is forward thinking. The wisdom is forward thinking. I ain't looking at today, God. I'm looking at the next 5 years. What's your plans for me in the next 5 years? What's your plans for me in the next 10 years? God, what is it supposed to look like 20 years from now? Today is confusing. Today I'm all over the board. God, 20 years from now, what is it supposed to look like? Give me the power to change that. Give me the courage to change that. And let me accept everything that already happened. He said, know this one thing. He said, forgetting those things that be behind you. Forgetting those things that be behind you. And he said, I press forward to the prize of the high calling, which is in Christ Jesus. You pressing forward. He got a plan for you, futuristic. Forgetting the things that's in the past, can't change it. We got to make sure that we're conscious of that. That's what you want to be, conscious of it. The steps of a good man is ordered by him. You got to consult him. The most depressed people you'll ever see in your life is people who always talking about what happened. That's miserable. That's miserable. You always talking about what happened. That's miserable. There's people that's just okay, or they settled. The people that settled in life, they talk about what is. They satisfied, they settled. Could be more formed, but they only talking about what is because they settled. The most turned on people you're gonna ever meet in your life, the most turned on people you're gonna ever meet in your life is talking about the future. That you gonna fall in one of those three categories. You either always talk about what happened and you're miserable. You're gonna talk about what's currently happening all the time. You settled. The most turned on people, the most productive people that you'll ever meet in life is talking about where they're going. And we all get to decide where we're gonna lay in that vision. You get to choose it. Everything, guys, you got control over. That's the beautiful thing about this thing called life. You have control over everything. And most people surrender, but then you got those unique ones like you. You may get tired. You may get discouraged, but you ain't got no quit in you. See, you got to stay on that side of things, because those are the ones that ultimately win. So anyway, I was supposed to be talking about something else, but this went in a whole different direction. So I ain't finna try to force up a PowerPoint when God wanted y'all to hear what I just said. I ain't forcing up no PowerPoint. I keep putting my hand on things like pushing, and I ain't supposed to push it, because somebody need to hear what we just said today. I don't know who you are, but somebody need to hear that message. I don't know who you are. God put especially for you. I don't know what he just stopped and got 114 people online just to give you a message. 114 people, he was concerned about your butt. So that's what it is. So we ain't doing no PowerPoints, and I ain't even try to stretch it out for 2 hours, because that's all he wanted me to say today, and I ain't got nothing else to say. I made an agreement with God. When you stop speaking, so do I. Because I don't know what y'all need. They're like, how you need to talk about that? I don't know. He just tell me. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought I was talking about that PowerPoint. That's what my plan was. When I went to sleep last night, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to show him this again. We're going to kill him today, baby. That's what my plan was. He said, nah, we ain't talking about that today. We're going to talk about this. So I hope we said something that encouraged your heart. Let me open it up for any questions or comments before I go around the horn to our VPs. Any questions or comments? Did anybody get blessed?
I'll be honest, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so how exactly what kind of script do I use? Just continuing the training program, we're extending some really great opportunities in Illinois. Like how do I kind of put that in the script so when I call my family and stuff?
Oh yeah. So when you call in the train, yeah, just say, hey, listen, I just expanded my business opportunity to the state of Illinois, and I have to get so many hours of training. Will you help me? I will stay with the same thing, because they're gonna respond to helping you. They're gonna respond to helping you, not you helping them. Most people want you to think they got it together already. Yeah. And everybody's coming with these gimmicks about making money. So you don't want to be lumped in that basket. Oh, she on to something else again now. You don't want to be in that basket. So you just ask them to help you.
So then to follow up with that, so when I do like social media engagement, right, to kind of ask where my people at in Chicago, do I just invite them personally and just kind of play it off like I'm acting silly?
Yeah, but if it's people that you know, like if you get some people from your media that follow you, like you got a big following, then when you say, hey, where are my people in Illinois? We got some special going on in Illinois, and I want to make sure you be able to take advantage of. Hit me on my inbox. So when they inbox you back that, then I put a script in the group me the other day. I would hit them with that.
Oh, okay. I'll look in there.
Yeah, hit them with that. Just copy and paste that message. Right. Perfect. Yeah. So that's how you do it for people that's distant. But people that you know use to help me with my training. And even if you're licensed and agent, they know you've been licensed already. Hey, I'm continuing my license process. I got to get additional training hours. Will you help me? They respond to that. But you don't know, it's kind of just casual. You say hi on Facebook, crack a couple jokes with them, hit them with the reply that I put in the group me yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good. Any other questions or comments?
Hey,
is that Mr. Phenomenal?
Donahue. No, that was Donahue. Go ahead. I'll let the king go.
Hey, brother.
Yes,
It's your
sir.
world, man. I'm just in it, but I'm just here. I'm so thankful, man. It was a blessing, Coach, even though I know you had another mission, a message that was going to be powerful, but just, you know, in these times right now and the things that's going on in the world, and it's just like a spirit of darkness, you know what I'm saying? And just thinking about the things that happened, man. My brother in Kansas City, you know, losing his son, you know, and my mom, she actually runs a COVID unit as one of the head nurses in Kansas City. And I just pray for her every single day. And so she's been feeling bad for the last week or so. She had to go get checked. She just had basic pneumonia, but you know, her breathing is tough and all these things. And in the midst of all this stuff of losing lives, losing loved ones, you know, Kansas City murders is at an all-time high. Just that prayer of serenity, and that with that word serenity,